Hello everyone and welcome back to Joy's Creative Finger. Today I've built a farmhouse and I was inspired by a couple of photos that I had seen online. They've got these A-frame roofed parts of the build that are on either side. In my case, I decided to have one section set back so that there is a walkway into the entrance, and I went for traditional windows instead. Now those pictures you saw, they were a lot more modern. They're called modern farmhouses, but I wanted to have these windows because I haven't used them in ages, so I was quite happy to put them on this house. I mean, sometimes they're quite hard on the interior when you are inside touring, but somehow I made the furniture on the interior work with the build. Okay, there is also a live build at the end of this, and there is an interesting section at the back, and it would have a detailed step-by-step on how I put that together. So this house is full length on the driveway lot, with a bit of space towards the side for some seating, outdoor seating that is, and we also have the garage entrance on the side. Now the pillars you see here have some alcoves. I thought that was fun to do that. Maybe you could put some seats there, some flower pots if you want, but every section of the build where you have those pillars, I decided to break them open a bit, and it just had a different feel and it was less of a useless room. So this is the walkway all the way in. I love that. And the garage as well has that touch where you've got the alcoves on either side for the pillar structure. And then the driveway connects directly into it. So this is what I was talking about at the back here. I think it's fabulous. CD a month ago asked if she could use a mezzanine instead of the blonde landing, and I said I don't think it will work, but she could try, or he. And then Karen left a comment saying she used 8 grand staircases, and so I tried her method with normal staircases and I was able to get a floating room. So special thanks to Karen, and I'll show you how that's done at the end in the live build. So the exit from the living room here has those pillars that have the little alcoves. As I say, you could put some flower pots or some seats if you want in there. I just think it's different now that it's opened up. And you make your way out from the living room to this beautiful seating area outside. I just wish the Sims could eat at that table and do a little bit more than just sit down and think and ponder. Right, let's quickly start touring the interior of this farmhouse. I love the way it looks, and I didn't want to build it on the farmhouse plot that we were given for the Christmas. It just wouldn't work for some reason. I've never built on that. Okay, this is Dave Jenkins. He's the man of the house. He has a wife and he has children who are a married couple that live in one of the rooms, so they're living at home in this house. But they're grown-ups, right? So this is the entrance and this is the staircase, and you can see that I have basically opened up the back part of the staircase because of how narrow this room is in order to achieve the look that the house already has. So you can walk to the left and right of it, of course, and right in the corner here we have a bathroom downstairs. I didn't want it to be just a restroom. The farmhouse has lots of space and, you know, lots of rooms, and they've converted it on the inside in a way. That's how I felt about this house. So he has a cinema on the side here. It's a TV room, and the family can come here and enjoy watching a film, have some popcorn. And we are supposed to be having, at some point during this period where we have this latest update, the hands-on quest where you get these items that you would unlock to be able to put a cinema together, and this little device that allows you to dim the lights in your house for a real cinema effect. You get the panels on the side that light up, the interior wallpaper that you see here, and these chairs, and so on. Okay, now there is a door on the side that leads into or through from the garage, and I thought it was fun. I'm trying to open this garage door. I thought it was fun to connect it this way, so that it is leading into the house, and you've got the laundry section in here, and that's everything that we have on this part of the build for this farmhouse. Now, once you come across there, again, you've got this long corridor with a grand staircase. It's quite narrow. It was really interesting because I wanted this grand staircase in place, and I was able to get the pool and the front yard in, and you just have literally one grid of a space to come through to this living room. Okay, so the rustic fireplace in here made it really nice and cozy, and this large, lovely cushioned couch is from the Snow Lodge house that you unlock during the snow problem, I think it is. And this couch is just gorgeous, and you can do so much on it, and you can see that it matches up with the window even on the interior. This is what I was talking about. It's a really strong color, and you've just got to figure it out when you're on the interior of a build. And of course I've got patio doors, that's what I call them, that lead out to the side of the house where there's more seating and more area to get social with his family and friends. And again, you've got those alcoves on the sides just before you exit, and the sides here. Right, so I've got this hanging chair outside, and then of course you've got an area to sit down, as mentioned before from the outside tour. And this is the way into the kitchen. If possible, there should be a door that always leads out from a kitchen, and this is the way into the kitchen from the entrance. And we have the dining room in here too. So being a farmhouse, it was quite nice to set the dining room in the kitchen as well. And I feel like it's a really big space to have fun with the family. This table is beautiful from the Sim Chase event, and the blue chairs I think worked well with it, and also tied in with the counters that I used for the kitchen. I tried older countertops to fit in with the farmhouse theme, but still there are some modern touches, and so I felt they renovated. That's my excuse for using these counters in here. And this is his wife Angela, who's busy cooking a nice meal before the family gets home. And yeah, I think it just worked out quite nicely. And as I say, it's as though it's been renovated. And then you've got the necessary things on the walls, and the big fridges, well, 2 fridges are in the corner here, because they need to stock up quite a bit to feed their family, and they eat quite well. Okay, they dig in. They dig in. Right, this is the entire tour for the bottom part of the house, and I have said that there is a live build at the end. It's detailed and shows you how to use staircases this time instead of the blonde landing for the floating room. And I always give you an overview, as you can see right now, so you know where everything goes in case you want to lay out things as I have done in this build. Over on this side here we have a little alcove where there is a changing unit for the pool area. I thought it would be nice to set it out there. You can make it a doghouse, whatever you want. Maybe originally there were farm tools that were kept in there. You never know. Farmhouses have a lot of history. Okay, so Dave's taking us upstairs to see his family setup. I absolutely love this house, and you know, having done a little research on these farmhouses, I realized that some of them are super modern on the inside, but of course they maintain the brown beams and the exterior brick and so on. He's got this balcony out front to look out into the distance around his land, and this chandelier hangs above the staircase. You can't do that without glitching, I'm afraid, but I would think that it should stay there anyway. But I've chosen to make sure it did. And we are going to go into the first door on the left in the corner here. Now this room belongs to his daughter, who is not married, but she's grown and she is in university. This is a way out to the back part here if she wanted to step outside for a minute, or anyone for that matter. But this is her room. She's got a big closet. It's a big space. You know, farmhouses do have very large rooms. Generally, old properties do have big rooms, and this is where her clothes are situated. She's an area to study if she wants to, and she has her own ensuite bathroom. Every room upstairs has an ensuite, again, because it's a big property and they have enough space. Maybe it wasn't an ensuite before, and now they were able to fit one in because. And there could be a door here that leads out to this balcony area, and it could be private, so you could do that. But instead, I just felt they could come out from these doors here anyway. Now this is the way into the next room. He has a son, and his son is married, and he's moved in his wife into this room. So they get the bigger room. They've got a closet space in there. They have their ensuite bathroom through this door. I think it's a great idea, you know. And the ensuite is intentionally placed this way against the other bathroom, so they share a wall, and the idea is that the plumbing works well and it's more cost effective because they're beside each other. And then of course you have the entrance into the son and daughter-in-law's space. I think it's quite lovely. It's got enough space. You've got this big window you can look out of, And I think it's just a beautiful space for a young family. But of course, if they get a child, maybe they'll move out, or maybe they'll create space for that child. Who knows? But they love living at home. They have loving parents who are more than accommodating of them. So that's what we have on that side for the children. There's a large office behind the grand staircase here that could be a child's room. Think about it. The only thing is, if you make that a room, then you've got to create a bathroom, or that child could use the bathroom downstairs. So you work your way out this way again to the balcony, and this is the way into the study. So it's a big space, and it's above that pool. So this is the floating section of the house, and I chose to use this beautiful bookshelf up in this study. I think it's quite nice. It works well with everything in here. It's basic. It's got a nice curved couch in the corner, a table with some books, some flowers, and of course the lovely windows to see outside. And it's just right, and as I say, it could easily be turned into a room. Great access to the master bedroom here, so it's just right across. Thought it was important to keep the door that way so that the parents tend to have more access to the space, or quicker access. So this is their own master unit, all in one section of the far end of the house. And they've got this beautiful bed, which is my favorite in the game. They've got a big window on the side here and another on the other side of the bed. And then you've got the closet space in the back over here. And it's a good closet space size. She's got a mannequin. She's got this beautiful wedding presents event mirror. She's got a closet space here. Well, for the both of them, that is. And this is their bathroom on the side here. And I thought I'd really give them a little bit more. They've got this glamorous, sink unit here, the bathtub, and a private section behind the store where they have a normal toilet and a urinal for the man. I thought it was a good idea to put it in here this way. And of course they don't use the space at the same time, please. So they've got a good angle to get into the study from the master room if they want to. I love this house. I think it's turned out brilliantly, and who knows, ever since I've been playing the game, Sims FreePlay have come up with amazing new updates that allow us to do things that we've been pushing for. So you never know what we're going to get in the future. We might be able to build floating rooms one day. I mean, if it's doable because of the glitch, it might work, in reality. It wasn't that long ago that we so wanted to have the ability to put the walls up in the game, and eventually we got our walls up. Most of the things we ask for are given within reason if it's something that can be done. Right, so I've given you an overview, and we're going straight into the life build for this house, and you're going to see how easy and simple it is to use staircases to build a floating room. For those of you who want to go ahead and recreate this house, this section is for you, and I'm really pleased that you find these houses good enough to want to recreate in your towns. And if you choose to upload it to any social media platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and so on, please, I always ask that you use the hashtag JCfinger when doing so that I can see what you've done and we can, interact. And also I like to see your own builds as well, so that we can both be inspired by each other's creativity. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon in the next video. Bye!